Hey, everybody. Hey, y'all. Anybody that's here or anybody coming in? I don't even know if anybody is here yet, but hey, and if you're catching the replay, hey, thank you for watching the replay. I'm just coming on for a little bit really quick today. Just give a recap. Oh, I'm about to break my desk. A week recap of the week and to see if you guys have any goals that you want to discuss today for this week or your daily goals. I haven't really thought of any weekly goals or daily goals for this week because I'm kind of just going to go with the flow a little bit this week. I have things that I need to do. So that's pretty much all I got going on. But I just came on for a little bit. I'm actually finishing up some of the bling boxes or the extreme bling boxes. Terrell is working on the basic boxes. And for the extreme blingers, he added something extra into the box. So those will be going out this week. But hi, Ro. Oh, hey, Donzel. Welcome in. Happy Sun. Oh, I'm about to say happy Sunday. It's not Sunday. It's Monday. Happy Monday. I've been working all day since about 5:30. Hey, Beverly. Welcome in. Hey, Karen. Hey, Stacy. Welcome. Hey, Tamika. Mary Brown. Hey, Rosalind. Hey, Sandra. Hey, everybody. What are you guys doing today? Do you guys have any goals that you're planning on setting for this week? Or how did your goals go for last week? I kind of knew I was going to be all over the place last week, especially with Taylor graduating. We had a lot of different senior activities and seniors who are stepping up. We had activities for them, and yeah, I know I was going to be super busy this week or last week. I'm going to be pretty busy this week too because I'm done with Taylor's graduation, but now I have like some final senior things to do with my kids, and that's it. And best buddies too, but that's it. I've been watching what show? Let me tell you guys the show that I've been watching all day. I had it on Hulu. Text me when you get home. That's not the other one, but it's called Text Me When You Get Home. It's on Hulu. I think it was a Lifetime show. But yeah. Hey, DKC Crafts, welcome. Miss Rosalind's creating, or she has 2 orders to complete before she heads out. My neck of the woods. Where are you going? Rosalind, where are you going? You going on a cruise? Mostly that's where like a lot of people, if they're not coming here just to vacation here, they usually come here because of the ports and to go on a cruise. So are you about to go cruising? What's that going on in my neck of the woods? Favorite blue flock? I don't like change. I'm picking out some flock dots too for those for the bling boxes. This y'all, this month, I don't know what was going on with me, and I'm just gonna say that it's me and not the flock because everybody wants to blame the flock for everything, but it's definitely not always the flock. Now, I did have some issues with the pink flock, and all of the adhesive on the back of it when I was peeling it off. I had to like push out holes inside of the template. So some of these templates, you might have to just go ahead and place it in with your wax pen, not the whole thing, but like a few holes in it. You're gonna have to place it in with your wax pen for a few of them because I was just trying to get through it. But the pink flock is super stretchy. This blue flock I get from Alibaba, but I know that they have it on Amazon. People give this flock a bad rep, but y'all, I gotta let y'all know this might be my favorite flock right now. The blue flock, this might be my favorite flock. This is not magic flock or anything like that. This is It's from Amazon. The one thing, the adhesive on the back is very, very sticky. It's not very sticky. It's not sticky like the pink flock, but it's almost like a greasy, almost a little bit oily type of adhesive on the back of it. But once it's down on the cutting mat, on the chopping mat, it's there. So I don't have to worry about, about it. And it brushes in stones just fine. But this might be one of I think this is my favorite flock right now. I don't know how much it sells on Amazon for, but I'm pretty sure that it's a little more economical than some of the other flocks. But I don't have an issue with it. The thing is, I think you just got to know your settings. Like, you have to test it out, see what works for you. If you're using a machine like the Romeo, just know that you're going to keep changing your settings. As that blade wears down, you're going to keep changing your settings. So if you notice something doesn't look right, change your settings or change your blade. So I finally changed the blade in my solo, and I've been pushing it, y'all, with the solo, and I had to change it. So that could be part of my problem with the pink flock also. But when I changed it, it was fine, but it's still not my favorite. It used to be my favorite, but it's not. Oh, Stacy. Hope everybody has a good week. Hey, Vivian. Hey, Robin's Creations. Coming to Fort Lauderdale. Awesome, Roslyn. What are you doing down here? You're being nosy now. Uh-oh. Add some more paper. So I'm also printing out the flyers that go inside the box also. I used to have Office Max do it, but Office Max has been the get lately. And I think a lot of them have closed down around me. So, hey, Miss Gail. Hey, Zelda Brown. Hey, Lucille. Hey, Whitney. There was a change. And the blue one that you're using? Karen, I have no problem with this flock. I really don't. So when it comes from Amazon, you just gotta test your settings out. As y'all see, I'm cutting the blue. I cut it with either of those machines, but I'm not using a cutting mat with it. I'm just running it through with the backing on, and it cuts fine for me. I don't plan on being on too long. Mine's no longer greasy. It's sticky like the original pink flock, which is okay. It's thicker too. I can no longer put the flock back to get extra dots out. Oh yeah, no, yeah. The rocket flock is. I don't. It's not my favorite anymore. It's really not. This one is so much easier, and I think even when I'm pulling it off of the backing and stuff, like, it doesn't stretch like the rocket flock stretches. Like, if you pull it too much, it'll stretch. This doesn't really stretch like that. Like, the actual material itself, it doesn't really stretch like that. So I like that, because sometimes even just a simple pull at the corner could cause it to stretch. So I do like this. I like this one better. It is greasy. But maybe I have an older batch, Tianda. Maybe we use the same one, and maybe I'm using an older batch of it and not the one with that sticky. If it's like the original flock, that is going to be so clutch. Hey, DB, welcome in. Oh, enjoy dinner. Oh, Stacy works for the school system. Oh, you're year round. Oh, Stacy. And happy Memorial Day. Dunzo, thank you for reminding me that it's Memorial Day. Happy Memorial Day, everybody. Just say a thought and prayer and give thanks for all those who have defended our country. With the no version, I have to switch from medium parts after 3 before pressure. So you're cutting. So I wonder. I'm gonna have to see. So Tiana's talking about the flock and the flock. So I don't know. There's a few different flocks that's out there. Rocket flock is pretty much what's most popular. And a lot of different people use Rocket Flock, but they brand it as their own flock. But I started using this blue flock, and this is not Magic Flock. So the Rhinestone World has a blue flock, and theirs is Magic Flock, which is also Rhinestone, which is also Rocket Flock. So depending on what you like, Rocket Flock used to be so clutch a year ago, maybe a little over a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago. It was amazing. The adhesive on the back, everything was just perfect with Rocket Flock. The backing itself, because you could use the back of the backing to peel your extra stones off and everything. But then they changed it, and they changed the backing. They changed the adhesive on it, and it just made it just, at least in my opinion, just too much. So I'm kind of glad that I was able to get a hold of this and give it a try. Honestly, at first, I wasn't a big fan of this flock. It was greasy. Of course, with anything new, you have to figure out your cut settings for it and everything. And so that's where I was. That's where I was. That's where I was. Oh, awesome. Well, Rosalind, enjoy your time here. Hey, Rondria. Hey, Vera. So it's 4 yards for $42.99 on Amazon. I like it. I really do. I really like it. Hold on, I gotta put some more cards in here. Uh-oh. And then I don't know what I was about to tell you. I was about to tell you guys something. So if you didn't see the other video from Thursday when I was on, and I wasn't gonna come on today because I was like, oh, you're already on Thursday. But Tay graduated on Thursday, and we were excited for her. Hold on. I was out of paper. I'm sorry, I was out of paper. But I'm super excited for her. So she's just been chilling, hanging out since Thursday. They've been having like parties and different gatherings and things like that. And I just got to remind her of a few things. But they had a party where they had to take their oath because she had to wear school uniforms. And so they had a trash the uniform party where everybody wore the school uniform to the party, but they switched it up. Like they might have cut it up, they might have tied it up and did different things to it. They completely changed the look of it. Now she did a pretty good job with hers. Hers did not look like the school uniform at all anymore. Oh, but I had to let her know, like, you're going to these parties, you're going, like, be careful. Y'all gotta find this dot. People will put things in your drinks or food or whatever, so you need to be careful because she hasn't, like, I've never really allowed her to go to parties and things, but I get it. Like, she's older now. She's not a baby, but I still need her to know, like, listen, somebody will put something in your drink. If you have a drink in your hand and you turn your head and you start talking to your friend and your drink is in this hand and you're not paying attention to that cup, throw it out. Just even if nobody's sitting next to you, throw it out. Be safe. Like don't take stuff like that for granted. Like that people are just, they're gonna do the right thing. There's always gonna be somebody who may not really be wanting to do the right thing. So I've just been having those types of talks with her. And I think it's important too, because when she gets ready to go to college, she needs to know those things. She really does. Because she has lived a very sheltered life. So I can't control everything, even though I want to control everything. I know that I can't control everything. So I gotta tell her like what's out there. Everybody's not that, but you don't know that. Hey, Bad Brad, what's up? Oh my god, me Tianda, me too. So I think I told you guys before when it was time for Taylor's prom, like Taylor drove her car. Like we're no, and they get some really nice cars. Like I saw kids coming in Rolls Royces and all like I down my alma mater. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of a school. It's called Northwestern Senior High School, and my alma mater. Those parents do not play. Like those kids are coming. They're coming like it's the Met Gala. That's how they're coming. So I told her, I'm like, girl, but she's fine. She's so low key. Like nothing is really a big deal to her. So she was fine with it. She didn't care. She didn't care. She didn't care. Like, we got a car. Like, why do I need to rent a car and you have a car? That doesn't make sense. Delonda. Really, Delonda. You are a hot mess. But we should have found her at school. She should have went to school in Texas then. It's not too late for her to transfer over to another school in Texas. It's not too late. Considering, there's a house waiting for me. Like, considering. So, what else things I don't know anything about? It's all good, Stacy. Hey, Dempsey Boo. Hey, Judy. Yes. Oh, Rockland, you're gonna love the beach. Well, there's several different beaches that you can go to. Like, since you're gonna be in Fort Lauderdale, you probably hit either Hollywood Beach, which is a good part of the beach to go. The beach pretty much expands, or Fort Lauderdale Beach. You're gonna have a good time. There's a lot of stuff on the beach. There's a lot of stuff that you can do, especially with it being your first time. Now, are you planning on going out there and sitting on the beach? Or are you just gonna go and walk the beach and just like look at it for a little bit? Also, parking is automated. They have automated parking for the most part, where you have to have like a pay mobile app, and then you pay for parking through your app. But it's pretty good. You'll have a good time. Mm-hmm. Oh no! What the putting the tape down, Stacy? Putting the tape down does take a little bit of practice because I used to mess it up all the time, and there are still times where I'll mess it up. Like my biggest problem with putting the KTM mask on is like sometimes I don't know why, but I don't grip it well, and it can just fall onto the template. That's the worst part. I don't like that part. But for the most part, once you get it down, you'll get it down. And at the beginning, I used to stand up and do it all the time. I would stand up and do it. But yeah. So let's see what else. So y'all, I gotta tell you guys what. Oh, Delonda, what are you making today? Trying a new recipe, girl. You better be in Texas cooking. You better be in Texas cooking for you and Peter. What are you making? I might have to move if she's gonna be cooking, y'all. I might need to relocate. I'll just go over for dinner. Yes. Hey, Miss Marissa. Hey, Miss Janita. Hey, Miss Nini. It's my welcome meal, but I'm here. How am I gonna get it? How am I gonna get it? Dempsey Boo. Dempsey's at work, y'all. Take care and Stacy, I'm too late already. I've missed supper for the night. I need to get supper for tonight. So that's what I got. Hold on, let me see if they finished printing out these other things. All right, so I'm actually trying to print. I'm gonna print a few extra of these templates. So these are the cards that go inside of the blank boxes, and I gotta. Well, I'm not gonna stuff the envelopes, but they gotta get stuffed. And then I'm back. We have instructions. So if you got a bling box, you're gonna get instructions. There's 11 steps to follow. That's a lot of steps for a 3-layer design. I don't know. That's a lot. But yeah, but for the most part, everything is pretty much done except Terrell had a last minute thing that he wanted to put in there. If y'all didn't know, if you have the extreme bling boxes, you're gonna get an extra template, but not a template that I'm cutting out. It's gonna be a template that you can cut out. And Terrell made it, and it's cute. It's cute. It passed my test. I thought that he was gonna do something a little more robust. But he chose to go a little bit light and fun. So that's what y'all gonna get. That is what you guys are gonna get. It's fried. Oh, you're making fried cabbage? I've seen people. I've seen fried cabbage. I've been places where they've had fried cabbage, but I haven't tried it. But I love cabbage. Cabbage, cabbage and Brussels sprouts, which are pretty much the same thing. But cabbage and Brussels sprouts are my favorite veggie, so I probably would like it. Thank you, Felicia. We enjoyed So Good weekend, which was on a Saturday. We're not gonna be. I don't talk to Delana and see what we're gonna do next. This weekend we won't be doing a So Good live. Which is gonna be our 5th week. So the following week is gonna be our 5th week. So it's always fun. Oh yeah, look at my Bling Era shirt that I made yesterday. And so Delonda had a Zoom yesterday, and the Zoom was for anyone who purchased using her link, the Sublimation Camp. Okay, and so this was her way of just showing thanks to anybody who purchased her link, and she did a fun project with them. I think this was the design from Sublimation Camp, and so she invited me on with her. She invited me, Eve, and she invited Marilyn too to come hang out with everybody. And so I couldn't pass that up because I needed a little bit of therapy. And I'll tell you guys why I just needed like time away. I probably would have been done if I would have been in a better mood. Not that I was in a bad mood, but I'll tell y'all in a minute. So she did this live and it was really, really fun. We got a chance to like hang out, got a chance to bling, and that was my shirt that I made in my bling era because y'all know I'm in my bling era all the time, 24/7. So I love how my shirt came out. I cannot wait to wear it. But we're not gonna be on, but I don't know, maybe we could do something like fun. Delonda did suggest doing like a video or something, but I don't know. Let me know what you think. Let me know your suggestion if you think that would be a good thing. YouTube's been a mess, Karen, and YouTube is it's been a little bit weird. And then sometimes I get notifications after the fact. And it's like, I keep YouTube open on my computer, on my phone, on my other computer, everywhere, and I don't get the notifications either. Oh, look at this. Okay. Mondre made fried cabbage yesterday. Do you guys put like meat? Like what kind of meat do you put in it? What kind of meat do you put in your fried cabbage? Because y'all know I don't eat meat. Don't be nervous, Delonda. Don't be nervous. Yes. Let's see. Oh, so Rondri, I may have to try me some fried cabbage, bell pepper, onion. That's kind of like sometimes I'm feeling a little jazzy when I'm making me cabbage. I will make me cabbage only. Like I will only eat cabbage for dinner. Like I don't need to have anything else with it. But she says she added shrimp instead of sausage. Mm, that sounds like that was good. Thank you, Donzel. Yes, please remember to give this video a thumbs up. I'm not gonna be on here long. I just want to see if y'all have any goals for this week. I don't really have many goals for this week. I'm not even going to set anything up because I have so much to do. I have tons of stoles that I need to go ahead and do. And I think Tuesday night might be dedicated to making some stoles because I have stoles for some of the clubs. And yeah, so I think it may be dedicated for that. Judy Shrimp, yes. Yes. Thank you, Stacy. Y'all remember this was, I wasn't put on the worthy one, but then I grabbed this one. This is the embossed embroidery. I think I may try it with like one layer of that foam to see how it looks. I only did two. So Tiana uses smoked turkey. Delonda added sausage and shrimp. Okay. Hey, Tanya. Hey, retired crafter. Okay. Okay, DB used a vegan sausage. What kind of vegan sausage do you use, DB? Do you like Beyond Meat? Or what's the other one? The Gardein. I love Beyond Meat. Like, I love that brand of fake meat or vegan meat. It's fake meat, but it tastes good. It tastes good. It does sound awesome. Stacey said we do a cabbage casserole, but it's more like a rice dressing. Oh. Okay. Okay, so Karen did fried cabbage over jasmine rice. Hey, Miss Ruth. Welcome in. I know I gotta post my shirt under your listing. I gotta go on Facebook. I'm gonna post it today. And you know when I say today, I mean like maybe 1 a.m. in the morning. But I'm gonna post it today. Oh, Impossible Meat. So do you, Karen, and do you like Beyond or do you like Impossible? At first, oh my goodness, I did not like Impossible Meat at first. So I would only do Beyond. But I think Impossible kind of changed their process a little bit because it is a lot better now. Okay, do so this, Felicia. So we did this with the embroidery machine. So we did the London Eye. Okay, I did one with Marilyn and Eve. I did one with Delonda on So Good. That might have been our very first So Good weekend episode, the first or the second, and we did it with the embroidery machine. It'll be either on my channel or Delonda's channel. And then I did one with Marilyn. And then I think I did one by myself where I went over the design. I don't even remember. I did it quite a few times. But yeah, you don't need an embossing machine. Hey, Mary Jones. When you do the graduation picture on the magnet, do you put a border around the picture using sticky paper? When you do the graduation picture on the magnet, on which magnet? The car magnet, or are you talking about a regular magnet? Do you put a border around the picture using sticky paper? No, I don't use any sticky paper. Hey, Miss Rosalind. Okay, so the ground beef or ground Impossible Meat to make. I use that too. Well, I use the one that says, I think it's Gardein that I use though for spaghetti. That tastes really good. And Beyond has a ground meat too, like a ground beef fake stuff. So Gardein is DB's favorite. Bacon, car magnet to cut. When you do the graduation picture on the magnet, do you put a border around the picture using sticky paper? No, I don't put a border around the picture using sticky paper. I don't use sticky paper at all on there. Now I may use laminate on there. Oh, Karen in. Girl, that's what I eat for breakfast. I'll make me a breakfast sandwich with egg whites with the Beyond sausage and and like a little bit of vegan shredded cheese on top and my sandwich, and it's so good. It is so good. It is so good. So when our classes, like the self-contained classes, are cooking breakfast, sometimes I have some in the freezer in the classroom so that when they're making breakfast, I'm like, okay, just put me something on real quick too. So it works out pretty good. I love that one. Do you know that they have like sausage, not like the breakfast sausage, but they have like the Garcia sausages, but it's Beyond sausage, and they have it spicy and mild. They do have that, which is pretty good too. But that's it. Y'all know where's Miss Sharon Davenport? Because Miss Sharon Davenport be like, Patrice, keep working. You're talking too much and you're not working. That's what Miss Sharon Davenport would say. And she would keep me on track. If not, I'm gonna be here all night. And I have to I didn't last night I was supposed to, and I knew I was gonna be off today, so I was like, okay, I'll stay up and change out my print heads on the DTF printer. But I actually did not feel like doing it. And so I might possibly do that tonight. Maybe. Depends on how I feel. If not, because I had a clog. Y'all saw I had a major clog. I even had a clog in like where the waist sink is. I had a clog everywhere. But that's because I hadn't used it. And once it clogged, I was just like, oh, whatever. Let me just sub some stuff. So I just subbed. I did DTV. But I do want to do, so I have these burgundy maroon. I have these maroon stoles that I need to do. So I have regular white stoles that I need to do. And then I also have these maroon stoles that I have about 10 of these that I need to do. So I think I want to use DTF on them. So I really just want to go ahead and get that working. But I also have some white ones that I need to sub. If you didn't know, this material it's a satin material, but it's polyester. So you can sub onto it. But of course, this color, you can sub something black on it, but it's not really going to stand out because it's already kind of dark. But with the white ones, you can fully customize it. So I have like only a few. I'm not taking orders for any this year, except from a few people at the school who have clubs and things that want me to do it. One of the files I already have it because the sponsor, she's using the same design from last year, and luckily I didn't delete it because I usually delete the stuff. Luckily I did not delete it, so that's a good thing. Rondria, I did finish the Barbie outfit, and guess what? I didn't take a picture. I didn't take a picture, and I don't. So I ended up finishing it one day after school. So I had the Barbie. So I did a Barbie. I did a Fairly Odd Parent, and then I did which one? And then I did a Bratz. So it was Bratz, Fairly Odd Parent, and Barbie, and they all came out really, really cute. They came out really, really cute. And I didn't take a picture because I finished it after school, and they were there to collect right away because it was for the next day. And yeah, so no apologies, DB. That's cool. No apologies at all. Like, I'm just here for a little bit. I'm really not gonna be on for long. Also, Angel will be on in about an hour and a half. So I'm not gonna be on here for maybe less than that. I always forget if it's 7 or 7:30. but I won't be on here for long. I just want to talk to you guys about whatever we want to talk about. I'm not doing any goals this week because I don't even care. This week, no. Hey, Debbie. Yeah, I like spaghetti too, Denzel. I love Italian dishes. It's one of my favorite cuisines is Italian. So I'll bring you some food when you come back from your vacation. Authentic Italian food. Maybe just overnight me the food. That's what you could do. Just overnight it. I'll be here. So please. But y'all, so Friday I'm going into work and I'm so in the mornings, like I'm not a morning person. Like I don't like for anybody to call me in the mornings. Like especially like early in the morning. I do not. Is anybody else like that? Like I don't even want to hear anybody's voice. I get really snappy in the morning. Like I'm fine. Like I wake up and I'm fine. I'm ready to, but in the morning when I'm leaving my house and I'm in my car and I'm headed to the school, in general, I don't like to take calls in the morning at all either. But when I'm driving, I do not like to talk on the phone. Like I don't like to do any of that stuff. Like I don't want anybody to call me. I'm either doing a devotional or I'm listening to like praise and worship music, getting my mind together because I need to. So in the morning I don't like it. And so if anybody calls me, like if it's one of my friends that call me and they know how I am, like do not call me this early in the morning, then I'll be really snappy with them. Even my family, I will be snappy. But Friday, I'm going to work. And so when I first started doing like YouTube and stuff, I was inside of my classroom. I had a para, and a paraprofessional is like a teacher's aide. So what they're there to do is to help you with your like managing the class, helping the students, especially when you have students who have disabilities and things like that. So that's how they work to help you. Okay, I'm not the only one who's like that. Rondria, I can't. See that. Okay, so I'm not the one. All of you guys understand. Stacy, okay. Y'all understand. Because some people don't understand. And they will still, even though they know how you are, they will still call you with it. What was the white around your picture for the car magnet? It might have just been a white border. It might have just been a border around the picture. That's probably what it was. It wasn't sticky paper, Mary Jones. It probably is just, I probably left a white border around it. That's probably all I did. That's a part of the design though. That's like, I knew the size of it and I'm pretty sure if there's a white border around it, I'd left space for it, but there's no sticky paper. Hey, Robin S. So, okay. Okay. Let me scroll down. So, I don't like it. But nonetheless, so I'm going in. Y'all, I was so devastated on Friday, and I'm still like a little bit sad. Not even a little bit, a lot sad. Friday, I think I just kind of like a lot of us at work just kind of like worked in a daze. So so my phone is blowing up in the morning, right? And I'm like, why are they calling me? Why are they texting me? If it's not an emergency, don't call me. What was the emergency? Well, it wasn't an emergency, but it was like news that we wanted to hear. But well, no, not news that we wanted to hear, but something that I would have wanted to know. So I had a paraprofessional. She's like a teacher's aide, helped me out a lot. And when I went through my divorce, like Like, I didn't tell anybody at the school that I was like that I had gotten divorced, or like they didn't even know. And I literally got divorced while I was working there. And so the only person that knew was Terrell. And Terrell is really good at keeping secrets. Like, he'll be like, okay, I'm not, but he thought I was a little weird because I was just like, oh, can you open the gate for me because I gotta go get a divorce today? And he was just like, what? Like, what is wrong with you? Like, are you serious? I'm like, I'm very serious. I need you to go and help, get me out of here. So that happened. I think that's probably the only reason why I even told him. At that time, we weren't that close. Like, he was just like, I think I've been there for maybe like a year or two, and I really wasn't trying to. That was my first year there. So I really didn't, I was still trying to fill people out. So the lady who was my para, she wasn't my para then. This is before she was my para. But one day she stopped me and she was like, God just told me that, she started speaking like life into me. She just started talking to me about different things. And she mentioned, she said, I don't know what's going on with you and your husband. And I'm like, nothing's going on with us. Like, there's nothing going on. And she was like, that's what God laid on my heart, but I want you to know that there's more in store for you. Like, she was just really like telling me some stuff. And I was like, okay, maybe, you might really do know God. Like, girl, okay. So at that point, and honestly with her, like, she loved God so much. Like, she loved God so much. And she always went hard for God. Every morning I saw her, she was like, Miss Wilson, this is the day that the Lord has made. We're going to rejoice. We're going to be glad in it. And she would just every single day, like, she had a word for you every single day. In fact, like, it was because of her, like, at that point, if y'all didn't know, like, my ex was, well, he still is. He was a bishop. And so he was like really, I was into church and stuff. But after everything kind of happened with us, I was like, yeah, like, I don't want to go to church. Like, it was really her who stepped in to help remind me, like, your relationship with God is not based on anybody else. Your relationship with God is your relationship with him. Nothing else should come in between that. So she like would bring me all these devotionals maybe every quarter, because her church had like devotionals every quarter. She was like, I don't want you to get lost. I don't want you to, not that's I'm just letting y'all know, like, God loves me, and I know that he loves me because y'all. Whew. So she just spoke so much life into me, and she really, really helped me to keep my mind clear and to keep my mind on God and know that there's going to be better, right? That, like, God doesn't make any mistakes. So she walked me through that. Then the next year, and honestly, like, she's the one who most people, like, if you don't want to hear about God, you're going to run from her. Like, that's how she was, because everything she talked about, it was going to be about God. So the next year, she became my para, and that meant we had to work together a lot. And so we worked, we worked together. She was amazing with the kids. Then the big C happened, the pandemic happened, and, we were virtual. She was virtual with me every day, always on time, super, super reliable, even to the point, like, when it was time for us to go, like, when the school year ended, while we were virtual, I wanted to go to the kids' houses and surprise them. And she was even on board for that. But she was like, you better wear your mask. I'm wearing my mask. And, we had to wear masks. And so she was on board. Like, she was really, really willing to help and do anything with me. I know sometimes she felt like, because of her walk with God, like, people did stay away from her. Like, not in a bad way, but people just didn't, really want, because it was always, everything that came out of her mouth was God. It's going to be, do you want something for lunch? Let me pray about it. Like, she had to pray about everything. Like, she is going to pray about every single thing. And so I used to make her a lot of things for like a lot of stuff for her. Her daughter and granddaughter and their family lived in Japan, and then she had her kids here. And so I would make things for them. Like she would always ask me if I could make stuff for them. She would always want to pay me, but she was so amazing in the classroom and helping me out. Like I didn't skip a beat. Like nothing, if anything, I never even noticed if anything was wrong in my classroom. Like she made sure the kids were taken care of. She made sure I was taken care of. Like she just all around amazing, y'all. So fast forward to this year. So y'all know when I left out of the classroom, I didn't I left out of the classroom. So she was no longer my para. So I work as a support facilitator now. So she was to the school up until like January. January she switched. She was just like she needed a change. She was getting close to retirement too. And she was just, and I didn't work with her every day like that anymore. In fact, I would only see her in the mornings. And in the mornings, it would still be like she would still be, blessing you for the day and just making you remember, like, who we do this for, who I'm supposed to be living for. And she would always remind me. She would always, 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 always remind me. And even when I didn't want it, like at the beginning, I didn't want. I was like Miss Teresa, like you don't have a clue. And she was like, yes, I do. And she started sharing me her story, and it was rough for her for a while. Well, she ended up transferring to another school. She transferred to another school in January, and I hadn't spoken to her much at all. Maybe one text. She's transferred in January. Hadn't spoken to her, but I still have my devotionals from her because those are on point. Y'all, why on Friday? So Terrell texted me because at one point she worked with Terrell too. She was his para before she was my para. And he texted and he was like, they found Miss in her car at the school. And I'm like, what? Like, this is in the morning, early in the morning on Friday. I was so devastated, y'all. She had been in her car from like 2:40. And before she left us, she had gotten really, really sick and she was in the hospital for a while. And I think that like, and she has a son that's graduating this year too. She had a son that graduated like 2 years ago, and then she has 2 older kids. Well, I was just so devastated. So Friday, I guess Thursday, when she left for work, she went to her car and she had asthma, and that's why she was in the hospital. Like she was on ventilators and everything like last year. Well, she went to her car, and when the bell rang, she left out at 2:40, got in her car, turned the car on, and she never left out of her car. And nobody saw her in her car. Like nobody saw her. Like I'm like, how? Like who was parked next to her? Like nobody looked over and she literally walked out as soon as the bell rang. So there had to be other people in the parking lot. And she was in her car until like 10 o'clock that night when when they went to lock up the school. And I was just like, nobody was looking for her. Like she's married, she has kids. Maybe somebody was looking for her, but like how she was in there all that time, y'all. She had an asthma attack, and her nebulizer was on the floor in the car. I'm so devastated by this. I'm so devastated by this. Especially like knowing like her family, like her kids, her sons graduate, her youngest son graduates this year. And she was at the school. The custodian found her when they went to go like lock up the school. I just haven't even really been able. That's why I'm like kind of like dragging with this. Like I haven't really been able to like. Friday we were a mess. Like at work, like our department was a mess. The principal came by to check on us because my department is really, really close, and like we always look out for each other like all the time. And so even though she didn't work with us anymore, that still doesn't mean like this lady was amazing for her. Like she was so good. Like just not even just work wise, just her as a person, like her thoughtfulness and just how she was, like everything everything centered around her relationship with God and how she treated people. And sometimes she didn't treat people right, like not treat them right, but she would always say, Miss Wilson, I have to not be judgmental. Because you know how sometimes we are like that. Like we just, we see somebody doing something and we want to go after them. We want to say, you need to stop doing this, or you need to stop doing that. And I think that she really learned how to channel that the correct way. But I just can't believe it. I really can't. And so we didn't tell any of the kids because some of the kids did work. She worked with some of the kids, a lot of the kids actually, and so we really didn't tell them. The teacher who she was with, she's taking it hard too because for most people, I tell people like you had to work with her to really understand and to know. Like if you just saw her from the outside, you would say, "Oh, she's just radical for God." Well, what's wrong with that? That's her thing. Like she's gonna let you know. And so I just been a hot mess, y'all. I really have been a hot mess. And I know that this is a part of life, but I just want to know, like, nobody saw her in her car? Like, so I'm just saying this to you guys. Just be a little, I know some people are like, well, I'm not nosy, but just, kind of pay attention to your surroundings. I usually say pay attention to your surroundings for your own safety, but just pay attention to your surroundings just in general, because you just never know. You never know. So that's my whole situation. But she really helped me in that situation because at that time, especially when like I got divorced, I wasn't trying to listen to anybody. I didn't want anybody to tell me anything about church. I didn't want anybody to tell me anything about like what I needed to do in my walk with Christ. I didn't want anybody to tell me anything. And sometimes you have to still have an open mind. And when she came to me, like I was already looking at her like, but I was still receptive of what she had to say because clearly she prayed about it before she came to me because she told me. And God gave her the right words to say to me because if not, I'm pretty sure I wouldn't have been listening. So I just can't and her son is, she has two. One son is like 21, and then the other son is 17. And then her two older kids, the older kids are a lot older. Like one of them, I think she may be like 41, 42. And then her son is in his 30s. Her oldest son is in the 30s. So just keep their family in your prayer, her husband and her kids. But when I tell y'all, she was there for anybody. Anytime something happened, like she was there with them, going to sit in nursing homes, rehabilitation centers. Like she was there when stuff happened to people. Like her sister, she was there. So, but that's how my week ended, y'all, on Friday. So I appreciate everybody who was in my live the other night when I was a little bit of a Debbie Downer. And I also appreciate the fact that Delonda invited me yesterday because I was able to kind of like get away and just craft and make that cute bling shirt. So that really, really worked out for me. Yes. No, there are no coincidences. There are no coincidences at all. Yes. Yes. I think she did. I think she left an amazing legacy. I really, truly believe that. I do. But I just had to share that with you guys. I know everything kind of, has to take time. I did want to share that with y'all because y'all my people and I share with y'all. So I don't really have any goals, any major goals this week. No, I don't have any major goals this week. I don't. I was talking to another friend yesterday, and this goes back to kind of just like being grateful, which we talked a little bit about last week, but being grateful, but also like don't expect anything from anybody. Like, if you find it in your heart to do something for somebody. Now, if you're not doing it from the heart, then okay, then this is going to be you. But if you find it in your heart to do something for somebody, you should not be keeping tally of what you do. So if you get mad with somebody and the first thing you want to start saying is, oh, I did this for you, I did that, I did this, I did that, and you start listing, like you have a whole list of 1,000 things that you did for that person, and then you create your next list, and then you say, oh, well, you didn't do this, you didn't do this, you didn't do that, you didn't do that, you didn't do that, then no wonder nobody's doing anything for you, because you're keeping a tally of all the stuff that you're doing for somebody else. Like, that's why nothing's happening for you. Don't keep a tally of what you do for anybody. That's not how if you are genuine about giving, if you are genuine about doing something for somebody, then you're not going to keep a tally of it, because guess what? You're not expecting anything back from them. If you're doing it from your heart, you're not expecting anything back from them at all, because that's what you want to do. You want to do it for them. But if you're doing it and you're remembering, oh, well, I did this and I did that, and if they don't do something for you, now you have to throw it up in their face like, oh, well, I did this and you can't even help me do this, or you didn't do that. Maybe it's not in their capacity to be able to help you to do that. Maybe God gave that to you to help them, but he never really led them to help you. Like, and at the same time, so I told my friend, because she's my friend, I told her, I'm like, the problem here is that you're keeping tally. You're adding your you did this, you did that. Like, now it seems like you want everybody not to be involved with this person because she's not as giving as you are. She's not as helpful as you are. Like, that's not right. At the end of the day, if you help anybody, if you do anything from your heart, if you are doing it for the right reason and not for what you're going to get in return, if you're doing it just because you want to be a blessing to somebody else, to help somebody else, guess what? Your blessings ain't going to come from that person. Your blessings are not going to come from that person. And it's not saying, oh, they're not. No. If you're doing it for the right reasons, it's nothing that that person will be able to do for you that God isn't going to exceed and do more for you if your heart is in the right place. So if you keep tally, don't keep tally. Don't worry about what you're doing for somebody else. Like, you want to exchange. I'm going to do this for you, so now you got to do this back for me. Or you're expecting something back for you. No, don't, because you might as well not do it. And trust me, that person, if you don't bless them, if you don't do something for that person, God will make sure somebody else does it for them. You're not special because you did something for somebody. Nobody owes you anything. Nobody. Just don't do it if you're expecting anything back. Because there's no need to be mad at somebody over all the things that you did, and oh, I did 30 things for them and they only did a half a thing for me. And when they did that, they didn't even do that right. No, that's not how life works. That's not how it's supposed to go. If you did it from your heart, trust me, God has you. God has you. You don't have to worry. You don't have to worry. Oh, let me see what y'all said. I'm just talking. I got on my soapbox, but y'all was just like, are you keeping score? Like, are you keeping score? Like, that's not cute. Like, don't do nothing for anybody. Just too much. Okay, correct, Onyx. Correct. Hey, Rosetta. Hey, Barbara Bonaparte. Welcome. Love does not keep score. It doesn't. If it's coming from a place of love, if you are being genuine about what you do, then you know. I literally don't remember half the stuff that I do. I'm so glad. And that's I told him like, girl, like you have time to be doing all of that. Like I have notes, I have lists, but for other things, like you really have time for that. Like you really have time to go, like you have literally over the past 40 years, you have been keeping a mental note of every single thing. Like, how is that possible? Like, why do you do that? Like, that's taking up too much brain space and memory. Like, Hey, Ernique. Exactly. You did it for yourself. You did it for yourself. Maybe you did it for yourself because you want to seem like the bigger person. Maybe you did it for yourself because you want that recognition as far as, oh, I'm going to do this or I'm this person, I'm that person. No. I don't even like when I do something for somebody, I don't even want anybody to say it. Like I don't even tell anybody that I did it. Like no. So I don't oh no. I don't know. I don't know. Ernique, hey girl. Debbie, so true. You don't have to make an announcement, but the fact that you're keeping a list, I'm like, no, you can't do that. That's not good. Yes. Yes. It's very important to say thank you. But the thing is too, it's important to say thank you, and I probably overthink you. I'll say thank you for like I'm just grateful for anything that anybody does for me. But if you're doing something for somebody and you expect a thank you, I mean that's the right thing, that's just proper etiquette. But if you are expecting a thank you and then if you don't get that thank you, now you're upset about it, then I would suggest don't do anything for anybody because everybody's not going to say thank you. Everybody is not grateful, and sometimes we may look at somebody not saying thank you as, oh, they just rude, or they, who taught them how to, who taught them etiquette because they didn't learn it. But sometimes people are so bombarded with life and worry and stress that their heart might be thankful. Their heart, they may be grateful in their heart, but they may not be able to really verbalize it, or they may have so much going on that it just slips their mind to say thank you. I've been there before where like maybe like not often, but I have been there before where I've had to call somebody back, or maybe a week later I'm like, hey, I don't remember thanking you for what you did. I appreciate it, blah 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 blah. So sometimes people don't always have that ability to really say thank you. Or sometimes people expect you to act a certain way because they've done something for you, or to fall all over you because, oh, I gave her $20 yesterday, so she should be. No, no, no. So even if you're expecting a thank you, like, no, I live by the fact that, like, anything I'm going to get that I put out there, and if God sees fit, he is going to bless me. Now, he may use other vessels to bless me. He may use other, ways to show me the blessings and different things like that. But I trust that God is going to always look out for me. I believe that with my heart. So if somebody doesn't tell me thank you, I do something for somebody and they don't say thank you. Am I doing it for them, or am I doing it for me? Am I doing it because I need to feel validated by that thank you? I need to feel appreciated by the thank you. Like, which one is it? But it is proper etiquette to say thank you, to show, gratitude. Yeah, it is hard to share. It's hard to do something. Hey, Angela. To do something to it because not only are you holding up their blessing, you're holding up your own also. Exactly. Beautiful reasons, wanting to be praised. Yep. That is so true. Nope. You never know. The smallest things the smallest thing, the smallest gestures can change somebody's life. The smallest things. So even with earlier, my story that I told you earlier, even with that, like that small step, because she even said that she was even nervous to say something to me, but she was like, God wouldn't let her sleep. Like God was just on her about it. And so even with that, like that was something so small, but I can pretty much guarantee, like I'm pretty sure that it really changed my outlook at that time in my life for the better. I could either went right or left. If I would have stayed with my mentality at that point, I would have been left. You guys probably would have never even known who a Patrice is. There probably would have never been a Craftable Things. So I am grateful. I'm grateful, grateful, grateful for her being obedient, because she was just being obedient. That was what she was doing. And the thing is that God knows how I am. So God knows that I'm not about to take a word from anybody. I'm not just gonna take a word from anybody. Like I gotta know that it is him talking through that person. Like, and he always gives me the signs that I need to know that it is him talking through that person. Because I'm now that I'm not changing that. Like, you don't come speaking a word over me. I need to know. Another person who God talks through them to me is Latricia. If Latricia comes here, listen, when I see an email from Latricia, and y'all, I don't open up all emails because I can't. There's a lot of emails in my inbox. When Latricia's name comes through my inbox, it's going to get opened, because she's going to have a word from God. She's going to. Like, it just never fails. It never, ever, 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 ever fails. Ever. Oh, Karen D. I know I told you that I'm about to get off now, because what time is Angel coming on, y'all? At 7? So I think I'm gonna get off in a minute. In a minute. Artia. Exactly. That me too. Me too, Rondria. Like I was gonna do it. And I want you guys to know, like, it's almost like even when we give away files and I give away a file, if I give away a file, that is from my heart. Like that's what I want to do. But sometimes I'll be feeling like, oh, I want to do, because it's after the fact when somebody starts saying, oh, can you add this one? Can you do, like, sometimes I'm like, but then that's not what I wanted to do. Like what I wanted to do, like I did it. And then I start being like, well, no, you see, you shouldn't. Now you can't do it. And then I start playing in my head, like, you know what? Don't even do it, because then it's going to be, because that takes a lot of my time. Like I already spent a lot of time to do it. And then for somebody to come, oh, can you do this? Can you do it this way? Can you do it that way? Can you do it that? And I know we all have different machines, but I can't make everything for every single machine. I just can't. I can't. So it's like I was going to do something else another time for this group, but then it just turns into where I'm just like, oh, I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted. Hey, Naomi. Let's see. What did Ernique say? If a shirt like the one you have on is in Crafting with Delonda box, can you remove it and send it to me? Delonda's box is like a crate at this point. It's a crate. It is a crate. Parents, I really don't want me. If somebody asks, I give it. Yes. Karen in, that's me too. So if somebody asks me for, like, there have been times where I have forgotten that I have given somebody something. So this is the one thing I'll always ask when it's that type of situation. Is this a loan, or do you need me to give it to you? Like, are you planning to pay me back, or you're not paying? Like, I will ask that question because I need to know from the beginning. So if I expect it back, like if you're telling, oh, no, I'm going to pay you back, whatever. Okay, but then my mindset is that if they pay me back, they do. If they don't, they don't. I'm never going to give somebody something. Like, let's say if they ask me for something and I like need it, or like I can't get, then I'm not going to do it. But if it's something that I won't mind missing, okay. You can, yeah, if you're going to pay me back, that's fine. If not, I never say if not, though. But I'm like, if you're going to pay me back, if you say you're going to pay me back, that's fine. Okay, good. But at the same time, like, if you can't afford to give somebody something, don't do it. Don't do it, because you may not get it back. And you may have to be okay with not getting it back. Now, I do have times where it's like, okay, you don't have to pay me back, but you can't circle this block again. You cannot circle this block again, especially if you told me you're going to pay me back. If someone, I have someone just smart. Yes, Mary Jones. Like, that's enough for me. Like, that's enough. Y'all, I love doing stuff for my students. Like, I love doing stuff for my students because I know a lot of things that, like, I make them and do for them. They'll never do it. And sometimes they'll ask me, but I do surprise them a lot. Like, to see the look on their face and the pride in their face, like the happiness when they're wearing things that I've made for them. Like, that alone right there, like, that makes me happy. That's what makes me happy, just to see like how like them moving around, how they like it, like that makes me happy. That's enough. Like, my kids don't pay me for the stuff that I make for them, and I'm perfectly fine with it. Like, I enjoy making stuff for them. Like, it makes me happy to be able to do something for them. Grateful. Me too. Yes. Onyx, I still look back. Me too. Yes. Yeah. That's important. So at Taylor's graduation, I got a chance to see the twins' parents. If you guys don't know who the twins are, those are Taylor's besties from kindergarten. I kind of told you guys a little bit, but I thanked their mom and their dad because they are Taylor's second family for certain. That's Taylor's second family. And it happened at a time when I was going through cancer. I couldn't do a lot, and they really stepped in to provide support for Taylor. And I will forever be grateful to them for that. Forever. Oh God. Yep. We are blessed to be a blessing. So my church has this thing where they say, like, when we're doing our offering, like, we're blessed to be a blessing to others until we can bless everybody, until everybody can be blessed. So, yes. Yep. Oh, Naomi. I am. I've been like that my whole entire life. Now, the one thing that I may not share that much with, I don't like people to eat food for me. Like, I don't like to share food off of my plate. And I don't like to share, like, bags of chips with anybody. Like, I'm not going to, like, be eating chips and then give you some. But what I will do is I will buy your own bag. So most people are like, I just want two, not out of my bag. I'm going to get you your own bag. Like, you can have your own. No, that might be a little selfish. But, and even on my plate, like, I'm not one to share. Like, even though lately I might share a little bit with people, like, not off of my plate, but yeah, no, I'm not really into sharing food. Like, I'm gonna get you your own. You'll enjoy your own better than you'll enjoy mine. Let's see. Thank you, Sister So Crafty. Thank you. Hey, Miss Sharon Davis. I saw you a little bit yesterday. You were quiet yesterday, Miss Sharon Davis. I saw you yesterday at Delonda's. Hey, Paulette. Yes, yes, yes. Stacy. Stacy, I cannot scream that loud enough. I cannot scream it loud. I cannot scream that loud enough. I can't. You got to be careful. You got to be careful, like who you're allowing to speak to you, like who you're listening to. Like, I cannot. I'm always so far behind the chat, and y'all still love me. Is she coming on tonight? Yeah, she's coming. Angel, she's coming. I don't know what time she's coming. I think it's 7. Dempsey Boo, is Angel coming on at 7? Listen, every single time, Latricia does not waste her words. She does not waste her words. And when you see her, she's so quiet. When she does not waste words, y'all, she doesn't. She doesn't waste words. And I've had the pleasure of meeting Latricia twice, of seeing her twice. Once was at one of the Graphic Pros, I think. And then the other was at Bling Fest. She had a word for me then too. She had a word for y'all. And I'm like, how do you know me? Like, is God telling you all this stuff? Like, God, like something's between us, not me, you, and everybody else, or me, you, and Latricia too. He don't care. Latricia's going to come and tell me something. She's going to. Delonda, yes, literally feeling all the chills. And it's not like she's not emailing every day. She's not even emailing, like she's not emailing to expecting a response. She's not, she will send you an email, and that email has a period at the end. And that's it. And it's not every day. Like, when I see her name pop up, I'm like, oh Lord, what you need me to know now? What I'm not listening to? What am I not listening to? Because that's usually how it's going to be. T Onda. Oh. It's, and sometimes we just get in a place where, I don't want to say we start having a pity party for ourselves, but that's kind of what it is. And it's like, oh, nothing's working for me. But you have to be thankful, even when things are not working out for you, even when things are not going as you planned it. Because guess what? That might not be how he planned it for you. So you have to still, even in that, like I reel myself back a lot. Like I reel myself back a lot when I start feeling like, God, whatever you want. That is my prayer every single day, outside of loving others more than I am loved. Like that's one of my biggest prayers all the time. Like I want to love people more than I feel loved. I want to make other people feel loved more than I feel it. So I always want to make sure that whatever I'm doing is in his will. Because if you stay in his will, you won't have nothing to worry about. If you stay in his will, you have nothing to worry about. So I always pray that. And of course, sometimes I want what I want. And he has a nice way of reminding me that that's not how he laid it out for me. And I'm grateful for that. So just remember, like, even if it's not going exactly how you planned it, you might be being protected from something else. Like if it goes exactly the way you planned, maybe it's not going to be a good outcome. So you let him lead you, let him guide you. Let him worry about all the other stuff. You just worry about if you are living in his will. Hey, Marta. Not as it should be. Oh, not as it. Oh, she a mess? Oh, Delonda and Angel are going to have the same birthday. So Angel's birthday is June 1st. So Delonda and Angel, so we're going to have to tell both of y'all. Angel has to share her birthday with you? I need to let her know. I need to let her know. Because that's not going to work. Mm-hmm. Tell them. Aw. Thank you, Jocelyn. Do not call me early in the morning. Well, first of all, you call me early in the morning anyway. When you call me at 2:00 in the morning, that's early. That's early, but it's not after I've gone to sleep. Like once I go to sleep and everything, I wake up. Oh, I gotta get my mind right. I gotta get my mind right. Yes. Yes. Hey, Shakatura, I believe that too. Yep. Oh, I don't share. It's Gil. I don't share what I'm drinking either. And I'm never gonna ask for what you're drinking. I'm never gonna ask for anything that's on your plate. Yeah, I'm never gonna do that. But I think that's like, yeah, I'm never gonna do that. But I will if you're hungry. I'll make sure you eat something. It's just not gonna be off of my plate. At 7. Oh, y'all, in 2 minutes, Angel's about to be on. I gotta go. She's about to be on. Rebecca, I'm doing a lot better today. I am. I'm still a little bit like in the processing phase, but for the most part, I'm okay. And I'm okay because like, even though you don't know, like, it's just certain things that you just can't fake. And I know, like, she lived for God. Like, oh, y'all, when I tell y'all she lived for God. So she's getting her reward. Yes. Yep. Sometimes it's not a no. It's a not right now. Sometimes you can't handle what you want at that time. Exactly. Exactly. Yep. Aw. All right, guys. I gotta get off before Angel comes on. She's about to come on in 1 minute, and I'm gonna be watching her and working because as where is Miss Sharon Davenport? Because Miss Sharon Davenport would have made sure that I stayed on task. Y'all don't make me stay on task. Nobody told me to get back to work. Nobody. Hey, Mare Bear. Yes. Yeah, so it's gonna be 6 p.m. 6 p.m. Central Standard Time and 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time that Angel will be on, and she's coming on in a minute. I love you guys. Now you want to tell me, Delonda. Now you want to tell me. Really? Thank you, Stacey. But I love you guys. Maybe I'll come on over here for a little bit sometime this week. I don't know, but I really didn't have any goals. Let me know in the comments if you guys have your own goals this week. I don't have any goals this week except just to smell some fresh air. And that's it. That's all. So I love y'all. See y'all on Tuesday, I think. Tomorrow night. Yeah. But head over to Angels Live later, y'all.